I grew up in Kingwood, Texas. I ended up at law school at UT, met my husband there, and we now have two adult children. I was a litigator, so I did a lot of research and writing. I really like winning, especially with my dad being a lawyer until he passed. That was huge, but I also just love trying to help people. I remember one of the partners coming by and saying, "Something's wrong with your work. It's not like it used to be." And I said, oh my gosh, I'll look again, I'll try harder. He's like, okay, try again. I mean, just try to figure it out. And, you know, we came back around later and he said something's wrong. So my boss and another woman at the law firm who did employment stuff said I needed to go on FMLA and try to figure it out. The doctors wanted me to look at whether there was something wrong with sleeping. Like maybe I wasn't sleeping and that was the problem, but that was not it. That led to a bunch of doctors saying there's no way I would have early onset Alzheimer's this early. That turned out not to be true. Hi, my name is Claire. I'm 53 and I've been living with early onset Alzheimer's now for around 2 years.
We had family meetings, which were just Zoom meetings every Sunday, and that was the first time I had heard of my mom's diagnosis, and so it was a complete shock to me.
It was pretty horrific. A lot of crying. Not that any of the bosses wanted to see that, but they saw some of that. They were kind afterwards, and we had a little party for celebrating what I had done.
It was brutal, mainly because of the uncertainty. I knew what other people look like with this disease, but everyone is different, as I've learned, and I didn't know what the future held for my mom.
Most of my friends had mothers dealing with these issues, not my age.
I had some ideas, as her father had dementia, same with my dad's father, so I understood what it could look like in a person. I didn't realize it was a condition though, because I was just a child traveling to assisted living facilities to see my grandparents. I kind of as a child put it off as, oh, they're my grandpa, they're old. This is kind of what an old person would turn out to be. And so going into this diagnosis with that understanding, I didn't really at first until I started putting in the time to do research, showing up to Alzheimer's Association events and getting more experience with this disease.
Well, they have helped me a lot. They gave me a purpose, and I feel like I'm helping people and getting people out there and trying to make other people aware.
The online resources are extremely important. We wouldn't be able to find the medical care we need. And then also just the walk, having a team, going out there each year to see thousands of people in a purple shirt also gives us that safety net of support that I believe everyone with Alzheimer's deserves.
We raised about $40,000 for our walk team, and I was very proud of that.
If you don't know how big of an impact you can have, what I've learned from my little efforts at the very beginning when I just learned of the association is that these little efforts truly go a long way. As 2 years later down the line, I'm actually an advocate now for the association, and I've done speeches to spread awareness, and even though this doesn't take up a lot of my time, I can see the actual impact that these little things I'm doing are having on society.
One of my friends from college did tell me that her family lost a whole summer because they didn't know about the Alzheimer's Association and they didn't know what to do with the problems in their family. And they finally figured it out when they called the Alzheimer's Association.
I do this for my friends and especially for my family and future families who may have to deal with this, but hopefully we will find a way to stop Alzheimer's.